All right, guys and girls, joining us on the AlwaysMoto podcast this week, thanks to technicmotorsport.com, and our man over in Club MX Land Thai as well. He's organised this for us. He set it up. We've got the winner from the second night at at St. Louis for this SMX Next program. He's the number 981 on the Club MX Yamaha. It's Ryder Malinoski. How are we doing, Ryder?
Good, man. How are you?
Very good, thanks, and I appreciate you making some time for us. And as I was explaining before we hit record about potentially putting up with our shit show that is this recording platform that we've been trying to work over to video. We've been long time audio only podcasts, and obviously everybody these days is video. So we've got to get your smiling face on camera these days.
Yeah, I love it. I'm here for it.
So how's the couple of days post St. Louis for you? Obviously, you had a good second night there, getting that win in that event. Must be a nice feeling to finish off that weekend there for you, and on a positive note, given it started maybe negatively, but you've got to be on a bit of a high right now.
Yeah, for sure, man. Long time coming. Yeah, just been putting in a lot of work. Yeah, we got the win on Saturday night with a bunch of fans, and yeah, was always dreaming of it, and we accomplished it. And yeah, I'm still a little in disbelief, but at the same time, I knew I could do it, and just feels so good to put it all together.
It's got to be a kind of a nice finally feeling. Like you said, you've had a few goes at this. I've got a couple of different results for you from Glendale, Foxborough, Birmingham, even Ironman and stuff. And even I saw you doing some Canadian nationals recently as well. Like you've had some mixed results across all of those things where some have been good, better, some have been, there's obviously a crash or something went wrong in them. But to finally like go right from start to finish of the moto, I was at the front, I got the win. That's got to be a nice feeling to put it all together finally.
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing too is I think even in this day and age, like a start's the biggest thing, right? And pulling a whole shot is honestly, you can do that. I think that's 50% of the race, and I ended up by doing that. So I just did my part, finishing the race, and yeah, it went exactly to plan.
Is it a nice feeling too? Because like obviously in this SMX Next program, flashes of speed and like podiums or race wins sort of are what help teams notice you. Like you've put one of those together now. Like you've led laps, you whole shot like you said, and a moto win, not just running up front, which you did earlier in the season but didn't quite finish it off. That's got to be a good thing for you for the future side of it as well.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. I think it's a good thing for teams to look at, knowing that even like even if you look at the lap times in our class, right, with the SMX Next guys, we're right there with the pros. I think the top pros are definitely a little bit quicker for sure, but most of the field and the pros we can hang with, if not beat. So yeah, it feels really good knowing that we're a good pace, and it won't be as big of a jump when we get up to pro.
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously being on the same track on the same night. You can compare directly to, they're doing this section this way. I can do that section this way. Oh, their lap time or this segment time. Yeah, I'm matching that segment time. That's a nice little confirmation that you're at the level that you can maybe take that next step to the pro class.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree.
So where are you up to on that side of things? Like how old are you first off? I think you're about 17, 18. Where are we?
Yeah, 18 years old.
18. Okay. I wasn't sure. I look bad math over here, right? Like I looked it up and I'm like, oh yeah, that's either 17 or 18. So yeah, 18. All right. So you're 18 years old. What is your plan? Are we a pro guy next year? Are we an amateur guy next year still? Like I said, you did some Canadian nationals. That was pro level Canadian.
Yep.
Yeah, what's the plans? What's on the cards for next year for 2026?
Yeah, on the cards for 2026, still a little bit unclear for sure. Nothing finalized or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do some pro races. I don't know if that means U.S. pro races. I think I'll definitely do some pro races other than other maybe countries or other maybe we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I definitely want to just keep racing at a high level. I still got a long ways to go before I do, I think, make my pro debut in the U.S. But I'm going to get myself prepared for it. It could possibly happen in 2026, but we'll see.
So explain to me because I don't know the rules exactly on this SMX next side of things and what the points are that you've got to sort of accumulate to get the ability to go into Supercross as such. But I believe what you did on on that Saturday night there in St. Louis would basically qualify you from a points part if you're the right class. Are you B, A class? What was that? Because that's the part I don't understand, being the Australian side of things.
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, we were just figuring this out a couple days ago, right after the race. But yeah, that SMX next race, because it's a super motocross race, it actually doesn't qualify you to get you any. I'm an A class rider first off,
Yep.
but it
Yep.
doesn't qualify you to get any points for Supercross. But
Ah,
there is certain other races that you do have to do to get your Supercross points. But I think you have to have like 4 points or something for your pro license. But I checked the other day and I have 10, so I'm plenty good to have my pro license for Supercross. So I'll be good to go Supercross if that is need to be.
yeah, nice. It's one of those parts that's confusing for the even just like for me. Like I know that the program exists, but like not being in the US and following that side of it completely closely, it's hard to understand what makes you qualify and not qualify. But yeah, obviously, I gather no whoops in a super motocross. They can't just go, oh yeah, supercross points. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So what about rides wise then? Like if everything sounds like it's a little bit up in the air, are we, you're there with the Club MX Yamaha guys? Is that something that they're going to continue to support you with, or it's all open for negotiations at this stage for you?
No, I am. Yep, I'm settled with Club MX. I think we'll be with them for the next couple years to come.
Nice.
But yeah, they've supported me super well. Took me in like family, and yeah, it's only right. And
Oh, we've just lost you. We got you back, Buck. So you're staying with Club MX.
yeah, that's right now. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm staying with Club MX for the next couple years. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So are you one of those guys that lives on site there and, part of the big family that basically is all on the one property?
I am. Yep, I have a house here, and yeah, fully committed here. Yep, living on the property.
So is this one of those one bedroom bachelor pads that you're in, or are you in like a dorm sort of setup for them?
No, yeah, I'm actually in like a full-on house here. They have like it's a full-on garage, full up, 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, and yeah, it's really nice. It makes you feel like you're not at a facility, to be honest, which is makes everyday training a little bit easier on me.
At least once you walk back in the door, I gather as soon as you open the door, you realize where you are because you can probably see a track or something just out the front.
100%. You can even hear them too. You can hear dirt bikes all over because this facility is just covered with awesome tracks.
Oh, I bet there's somebody pretty much riding while there's daylight. There's probably somebody riding at some point. It might not be you necessarily, but there'll be somebody riding on the track at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure, all the time.
So with you being there on the property the whole time, what's as an amateur, what's your training program like? Are you on the same sort of schedule and volume as the pro guys, or are you on a bit more of a reduced schedule, obviously during your development and your age side of things?
Yeah, they have a bunch of different levels, like skill levels for training here, but I think there's about three or four different levels of training here for Supercross and even motocross. But I am fully with the pros, fully training with my teammates, Cody Schock, Max Volan, and yeah, we train every day together, and yeah, it's awesome, man. Those guys are so good, and they're so mature and polished with their riding, and they're still trying to get better, just like me. And yeah, we work together really well, and couldn't be more grateful to have them, on my team as well.
So physically then, are you keeping up with the same sort of volumes? Are you doing the same sort of like off the bike training too? Like in terms of, I gather you guys go cycling as a group. Do you do exactly the same thing or do you guys peel off early?
Yeah, a lot of our training off the bike's a little bit different. Like Cody has a little bit of a different program than Max and even me. I definitely have a little bit different training program than them. Just with the volume and certain things. But on the bike training is exactly the same, to be
Amazing.
honest. Sometimes, like the Cody Shock's racing this weekend in Vegas, so he isn't going to be doing the same thing I am riding this week. But yeah, if we're racing the same races, we're usually doing.
Unbelievable. The dropout continues, but we're back. Surprise. So actually on that, because you're touching on about Cody's program and like you're doing a different sort of thing. Are you actually in off season now? What's the next race for you that's going to be coming up? Because it's got to be a little whiles off here, or have you got something else in the off season you're doing?
Yeah, and that's still a little bit in the works. To be honest, I got a little surprise I think coming here soon to
Oh,
see where I'll be doing. But yeah, I as right now still working some things out. But yeah, I can tell you what, I definitely don't want to sit and just train. I definitely want to race. I need to race. So I think the plan is to go racing here soon.
oh, okay. Some interesting stuff that maybe drops here on the socials very shortly. I can't. I gather it's not signed, sealed, delivered yet because you're alluding to it, but you can't say it. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, definitely. So, all right. Well, what in an ideal world for you in the next couple of years, what does the program look like? Are you a full time club rider on the team doing AMA side of things? Given that your background, you've had some Canadian stuff, and then you sound like you're going all over the place. Coming up here shortly, what's the ideal situation for you in say 2 3 years time when you're at that pro level?
Yeah, in 2 to 3 years time, I honestly, to be honest, I see myself competing in the, in the US here at a pro level. Obviously I think in 2 to 3 years I could see myself competing for a championship, either in, pro motocross or supercross. That's the goal. That's my high goal, obviously. But to, short term goals just to keep building and keep getting better because that's a long ways away. But with to see my improvement in the last 5 years, just even riding a dirt bike, I know it's a lot harder to go from the jump, that I'm wanting to go to. But I think it's fully possible. I got such a good program here, and it showed.
Do you have many supports there? Like obviously you're living on site. Like do you have parents or girlfriend or something that's anywhere nearby, or are you just literally soloing it from your side of things with your normal close family, maybe living elsewhere?
Yeah, so I actually was soloing it here for about 2.5 years,
Yeah.
almost three. And then my dad actually just recently moved down here with me.
Oh, nice.
So he's bought into the program fully, and yeah, I'm super grateful for it.
So is he doing like practice bike mechanic stuff for you or something at that point, or is he just kicking your ass at getting up in the morning and telling you to go to the gym or whatever?
Yeah, he's here to just to help support. Honestly, he doesn't touch the bike or anything, but he's here, just to make sure I'm even, a little bit more locked in.
Yeah, nice. Well, it must be nice probably to finally have somebody. I gather they're probably helping you with cooking meals or cleaning the place up a little bit too, because that would have been a bit of a struggle. If you're saying you've been there 2 3 years, back sort of 15, 16, you probably weren't good at cleaning the house up, mate.
No, exactly, exactly.
You're more focused on the video games at that point, I'd say. Do you play anything like that as well, and to keep yourself busy in the evenings, or what do you do?
Honestly, a little bit, but not much. I'm a big golfer. I like to golf, so in the free time, go golfing. But no, it's full days, man. It's pretty surprising, but like it's more than a full-time job, I would say. It's, from I would say, you wake up at 7:30, and you go to bed at 7:30. So it's full days.
Yeah, nice. Well, the life of a motocrosser, obviously there's golf involved. That's one thing that usually pops up for everybody. But yeah, it is a full on between, training, eating, riding, recovering, sleep, eat, repeat, sort of keep going again. Yeah, the process rolls on. The only way to get better is to stay in that regime of consistency, isn't it? So yeah, you're already well and truly deep into it by the sounds of it for a few years now.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I've definitely been in it for a couple years now, and it's only getting harder, that's for sure.
Well, the expectations get higher and higher as you get closer to that top of the tree. So yeah, it's got to continue to progress along that way. Yeah, look, man, I'm interested now that you've dropped it. I'm curious about what's going to come next, but I'm not going to push you on any of it further. But yeah, look, interested to see what you come out with here in the short term. But um, for next year, at this stage, you probably don't know, but I gather the first race that we're going to see you at might be an SMX next again, in whatever it would be, Glendale or something that they'll pick out again. Um, is that just basically you just trying to make sure and step up and refine the craft then at that point, if that's the case, and it's something silly like an injury doesn't call you up to the pro ranks early?
Yeah, I mean that's the plan is just to get back into the futures again at the start of the year. But yeah, I still think I have a little bit more to prove. I definitely did it once, but I think I can do it again, and I think I can do it even more. So I just want to keep showing that this wasn't a one-time thing, and I'm definitely legit, and that's what I'm hoping to show.
Yeah, I guess in the Supercross side of things too, it's probably about showing a bit of consistency in some of those results too, to try and show that you can, repeatedly on different tracks, because each week's obviously a different build, different surface to some degree. Yeah, being able to consistently put yourself up in those, battling positions would be, and not just crash your brains out after doing one fast lap sort of thing, is part of this development process you've got to still work through a bit.
Yeah, 100%. And just staying healthy too. I think that's a big thing. I've had definitely a string of injuries now, so it was a 6 month, I would say, string of injuries with a wrist, and ankle, and a thumb, and that took a lot out of me. And I definitely didn't show. I would say a lot of that inconsistency just came from trying to rush back and race. But yeah, we definitely put in a really good, I would not an off season, but a good training camp before these SMX next, and we stayed healthy, and we builded back to where we knew we had to be to do the job, and we did it.
Is it hard? You just touched on this. Like you're already so young, and you already had probably a handful of injuries in what 12 months by the sounds of that, or even shorter. Is it hard to
Yeah.
sort of take those injuries at this early stage, knowing that majority of the career path that you're trying to walk is in front of you still?
Yeah, it's definitely a hard pill to swallow for sure. But overall, I've been good with the injuries. I would say it's just I had that 6 month of like three back to back, which was
Yeah.
pretty rare because I actually.
If nothing else, at least let you come back in fairly quickly. It's not too long between the dropouts, but you have no understanding of how much this is ticking me off right now. But anyway, we're continuing on. So the path with the 6 months of injuries and a run there was where you're at.
Yeah. I just been, I definitely have been in a little bit of a tough spot with all the injuries, but that's honestly all I had for injuries. I would say was the three back to back. So I'm not worried too bad about it. I'm a pretty healthy and strong kid, I would say, and I work really hard on my rehab if I am hurt and injured. And I honestly, my body's 100%, and yeah, I only have one thing of metal in my body, so I'm not too worried about it. And definitely, I know there's kids out there that have gotten hurt a lot more.
Yeah, I always wonder about those ones that are sort of getting a few more of those injuries before they hit the pro ranks, because they are just sort of limiting or even risking the fact that if there is metal in there, when they do come back and they maybe break that, it's a much bigger injury, and then they've already done it once. So then twice and three times becomes so much easier for it to happen. So yeah, you got to try and limit that stuff. But it also slows your development and your skill building. Just your on bike time gets lost so much. So yeah, it is a skill, like you said at the beginning of that sort of the piece of the conversation about, the consistency of not being injured. And that's where that all develops along massively for you guys at this early age. Because if you can just stay on the bike for as long as you can, you're only going to benefit from it in terms of speed, skill, all those little tweaks that you need to make in terms of your technique. You'll get them in one hit.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree, and I think the rehab's just such an important thing because a lot of kids too, they get hurt and they don't take the rehab stuff serious, and like that's the biggest thing. If you can't get your body to be fully functioning, like it was before, that's definitely limiting your riding technique and everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. You sound like you got your head in the right space to be doing all this, because like there is going to be times where you got a bit more rehab coming up. Unfortunately, it's injuries are part of moto. They just happen, whether you like it or not. So if you know how to approach it, yeah, you'll put yourself in good stead to return in the right frame of mind and right body position as well. So yeah, look, that's awesome. All right, we're going to take that last dropout as the chance to say wrap this one up, because I don't want to have that happen any more times. So, Ryder, one, thank you for being a part of the Always Moto podcast. Well done on the event and the win in that second round there for this SMX next. Hopefully, we hear something about whatever it is that you're alluding to for your plans coming up here shortly. Interested to hear what that is. But yeah, look, appreciate your time, mate, tonight. And thanks for staying up late for us on the time zone conversion as well.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Thank you for having me, and it's my pleasure.
Easy. Thanks, mate.